Biocancer says, hey Big, what are your thoughts on In Control? It's very sad. I'm really in shock. You're not the only one, Biocancer. It's just been a weird couple of days. I found out live on stream 2 days ago. When the tweet went out, I was live and everyone started kind of linking in my chat maybe half an hour later, and I kind of finished a game and I'd been really intensely focused, and I looked back on chat and it felt a little bit like it's a shock, right? I mean, it's not just a friend, but it's someone who's such a big personality, such a big part of our scene, and a genuinely kind and awesome human being. So I think a lot of us feel kind of like we just got run over by a truck. It's just this absolute, you know, no warning, no mental preparation. Obviously, we're all shocked and surprised, and we're all grieving at this point, and we're all doing it in different ways. I want to say, thankfully, the casters, hosts and observers and different people, we've all kind of come together, and there's a few of us talking in different Discord groups and Twitter groups, and just kind of I guess patting each other on the back and sharing our memories and trying to make sure we're all okay, and leaning on each other and just trying to, you know, make sense of our feelings at such a shitty time. So yeah, basically it's a terrible event. It caught a lot of us by surprise, not just you. Thankfully, I've had a lot of friends supporting, but the community also has been very supportive of each other. So if you're struggling to process it, I would definitely recommend you check out Day 9's stream, and especially his Twitter. He tweeted this morning a link to his stream from yesterday. He basically spent all day sharing memories of Jeff, watching clips of him. He had quite a few good cries on stream, and I think for a lot of us, we cried along watching with Sean. Remember the awesome person that was Jeff. So I think that helped a lot. There were moments of just extreme laughter, as there always is when you remember In Control, because he's such a funny human. And dispersed with moments of extreme sadness. So check out, I would definitely check out Day 9's stream. I know Nathanius and Livy B also did similar things, so check them out. And hopefully they can help you process. StarCraft Reddit has also been a very wholesome place with a lot of people just kind of supporting each other. I've spoken to so many people on social media and in person who didn't really know In Control personally. They'd never met him. And they have all shared experiences of breaking down, crying. My girlfriend, who's like, you know, never really spoken to Jeff properly, even she was so shocked when I called her because I was feeling terrible. I had to finish my stream immediately because I couldn't even process what was happening. So she cried at work. I had a friend who went to a job interview yesterday, and he said he just broke down crying towards the end of the interview, and thankfully they were all cool about that. Just because you weren't super close to Jeff or you hadn't met him in person doesn't mean he didn't have a big impact on your life. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So he made a huge impact on all of us, and he's one of the leading figures of this scene, right? I mean, if we think about who are the real big personalities of StarCraft, you know, it was Jeff, it's Tastosis, it's Day 9. They're the original four. They've been playing StarCraft for 20 years. They've been pro players forever. They've championed good stuff in the scene. You know, there's the Pylon show. So it's hard for us all to deal with and cope with, and I want you to know that we're all here for each other. And if anyone's just found out about the news and hasn't had time to process, or maybe this is even your first time hearing about it, share your feelings in chat. And everybody's been really, I've had so many messages from people saying, hey, I hope you're okay, dude. I just want to check in on you. You know, I know you guys work together a lot, and he was your friend. And I wasn't even that close with Jeff compared to many of my other friends who were even closer with Jeff and, you know, lived near him or just knew him for longer years. And I can only imagine what they're going through. But as always, it's not a competition of who knew the person who has more of a right to be upset. We all have a right to be upset. And don't try to fight it. I'm trying to get much more emotionally healthy and kind of go against certain silly ideas that I guess culturally came down to me. Like sadness is a bad emotion. Anger is a bad emotion. No, they're just emotions. You just feel it. And grieving is totally natural. And I've been trying to make myself okay with the fact that I have to just feel like shit at some points. And the only thing that can help is letting myself feel it and sharing that with friends and family and talking to each other. And there's these sweet moments of relief where we remember the good times and you laugh and it's happy. And then obviously you remember that, well, you know, that kind of sinks in that, you know, you're not going to be able to have more of those moments. But at least you can appreciate them more. So it's a confusing time. I guess just to summarize, talk to friends and family, and have fun with StarCraft, and still enjoy the things you love. And you know, I've been really enjoying just getting lost in casting these WCS games all day yesterday and today. And you know, I woke up today and I was just reading people's social media thoughts and memories and stuff, and it still brings up a little bit of pain, just kind of, you know, not being able to just focus on the video game and ignore that. But I think it's natural, and that actually improves the grieving process. So I hope you guys are all okay. If you're really upset about it, please post on a forum, post in a Twitch chat, talk to your friends. It was a really shocking, sad event. It's tragedy, and yeah, there's not much more I can say about it, but essentially that's it. And I know people are very curious, because there are people who aren't, you know, following the scene every single day. And I've had friends who are traveling long distances and just got home 10, 20 hours ago, and like, wait, what the shit happened? They've just found out after getting off a long flight, and they're suddenly going through it. So yeah, we're all experiencing it together. And yeah, very, very sad that In Control suddenly passed away. It was a blood clot that just went into his lungs. The only you know thing is, at least it was most likely painless and very quick. But terrible news. I think the positive that's come from it is I've once again been reminded how amazing this community is. You guys have been helping each other out, helping me out. Everyone's been kind of coming together. So thank you very much for being as awesome as you guys are. I'm gonna go back to really trying to give some respect to these players who are obviously just playing their hearts out here, trying to qualify for WCS, trying to qualify for one of the top leagues in the game that Jeff loves so much, that we love so much. That's why we're all here hanging out. Even if some of you don't play the game, you just enjoy watching. You know, we all love StarCraft. We all love watching these players that put so much into it. So let's give them some love. Up here in the top left, an old school player who's been kind of getting back to Challenger level, in and out of Challenger in the last year or two. DrunkenBoi. Really cool dude. He worked as an observer for a while as well, I think. It was pretty cool. It was pretty nice. Down here in the bottom right, it's Psystorm Gaming's disc. Both players haven't really done much to each other in this game. It's Thunderbird, so that's not the strangest. You know, both players just kind of building up defensively. Quick third CC, or quickish third CC, I should say. Tank, Marine, Viking setup, very defensive. 2 barracks quite early for DrunkenBoi. Does he not have a starport? Oh, no starport. So he wanted to get a lot of material out on the ground, just tanks and Marines to keep him safe. Lots of raw firepower, but he's giving up the flexibility of the starport, which obviously adds things like drops, liberators, Vikings to your play. So it doesn't allow you to be as aggressive, but he's just kind of like, no, it's fine, get a fast third, get a well-timed +1 upgrade. And I think with how fast that upgrade is, DrunkenBoi might stay 1 eBay all game long. He might just like continue getting upgrades off that. Ooh, Observer flies into the turret. That's unfortunate for Disc here. That is unfortunate. All right, what do we got, guys? Robo Bay on the way, +1 attack and charge. So it's going to be third base charge Colossus. This is a good style. He's got blink already. How many stalkers we got? 9? It's a good stalker count. Can definitely pick some units off. Ooh, Observer doesn't quite see the Widowmine. Oh, he's gonna lose a stalker. That sucks. Ouch. Could have blinked that, of course, but there's no reason why you'd be watching that on the map at that moment. So very rare to react in time. Unless you actually get an, hey, I'm under attack warning. Oh, tank's gonna move forward and, okay, try to cover those units getting up there. But he's gonna land the third already. Ooh, really, DrunkenBoi? I think that's too greedy. I think this is too greedy, this setup. I mean, these are unupgraded Marines, guys. They don't have, oh, they've got Stim. Okay, I guess with Stim, you can kind of jump on the Stalkers and punish a little bit. I feel like these tanks should be sieged there and like there. So at least he's got like a kind of central ridge that he's defending. And he can put another tank on the high ground, but he doesn't actually go for a third tank. He's gone for Widowmine production. Ooh, a couple of his fees going down. Nice stim forward. We'll get at least 1 or 2 of these Stalkers. 2, ooh, 3 Stalkers. A misfire blink on one of those does get trapped. So not too bad. DrunkenBoi is actually doing really well. Yeah, really, really well. So, awesome. Colossus are on the way here as well. Second Colossus pops. Ooh, second Robo. I think it's going to be into Disruptors after this. Maybe just Immortals. Maybe go like 4 Colossus into Immortals, but double Robo, so really wanting the ground pounding sort of army. Scan goes down. Does it see the second robo? It does. That's a great scan. You see the Colossus tech and you see a second robo. Immediate second starport drops on the reactor and he's like, we need to make Vikings. We need a lot of Vikings here. Okay, yeah. This is a really well-placed observer, by the way. Gets a good amount of vision. He does see it. Oh, he's going to get Marines to the high ground. Yeah, he needs another scan if he wants that. Oh, this unsiege, resiege, unsiege, resiege, unsiege, resiege. This is like the angry Terran, and the observer's just like, oh god, there's a whole lot of angry Terran coming after me. At least he scares the observer out of the disgusting spot, and then it goes straight back. No, you disgusting player disc. Oh my, he's trying to BM him almost. Oh my god. Does anyone remember that tournament where Special missed like, he used 3 scans to kill the first observer every game. Like he'd barely miss it, he'd get away, would come back, he'd use another scan, barely miss it, and he'd get it with like the 3rd scan, and you're like, well, that's a loss. Getting that observer even with the 3rd scan, that's a loss, dude. You spent way too much money for that. 4th base is on the way. We've got a 2-1. 2-1 upgrade's gonna be coming. Double eBay is actually there, so DrunkenBoi really, and a fast 4th CC. He's gonna play a nuke late game. So because it's this map, DrunkenBoi is saying, let's get Vikings, let's go probably even a 3rd starport at some point, or maybe swap one of these starports onto a tech lab, because he's gonna go range libs and Vikings. I mean, there's just no reason why you wouldn't. If you're already going ship weapons and a 4th command center, it's either that or you rush to nukes off this. One or the other, not 100% sure. Of course, there is a stream delay, so, you know, sorry I can't interact with you guys on the fly as much, but I appreciate you all being patient with that. And, Windbreaker, that's a great story. Good comeback, mate. Alright, we got a Ghost Academy finishing up here. 4th Command Center is going to be going down. I love this. Just hiding in the corner of the map. And if Protoss pushes him, he's going to run in with that. So this is like the distraction squad times 2. Like that's not even a distraction squad. That's just like the secret army waiting for the moment when it's tactically correct to strike from an unexpected angle, right? A quad drop, 4 medevacs. And you know what, that observer there, it does not actually see the edge of the map. It's not gonna see those medevacs coming. That's real tough. Zealot Colossus here. Storm's finishing. We've got the double upgrades coming in for both players. Right now it is 2-1 versus 1-1. A few Marines going up there to clear out the Zealot and the Adept, or the Adept and the Sentry on that base. But he sees the army's a bit out of position. Now does DrunkenBoi commit, or does he wait to know he's even further away? Ooh, DrunkenBoi, you gotta stay here. Stay here. No, don't go too far. Don't go too far away, baby girl. You stay here. He's doing a lot of scans. Okay. 5th base there is on the way. We've got +2 ship weapons. Still no range liberators. We've got 10 Vikings on the way. Ghosts on the way. That's funny because I really like set and forget advantages. I like to get advantages from things that don't take skill or APM to use. So for me, in DrunkenBoi's shoes, I would say EMP is unreliable. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to go liberators that I can queue up. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, loses a full medevac. Stalkers do need to get the hell out of there though. Ground army is not really in position to support that. And the army's coming. It's just a big maxed bio Viking Ghost. 2-2 up against soon to be 2-2 for the Protoss. The Vikings find a decent angle, but I mean, they're going down too quickly. If those Stalkers blink back and a storm lands on them, oh, I mean, the Colossus is still there. The Stalkers need to blink back. They need to blink back. Stalkers in the front line, not the way you want it. Disc there needs more charge lots to cover this. He needs more charge lots. Good storms on that flank. Charge lots, of course, did force DrunkenBoi to evacuate the north side. I think that was pulling the trigger a little bit too early for DrunkenBoi, especially since these minerals were there. I think he got caught up on that terrain a little bit much. He thought he'd lured his opponent into the open, into a bad spot, but he's still just on Vikings. Now, he does have that 3rd starport, but we need to see range libs, and it's just, we're nowhere near that point. Right now, the ground army of Disc, 3 Colossus, 3 Immortals, and a big pack of Zealot Stalkers. Some High Templar backing it up. There aren't many High Templar on the map because he wants to strike right now. Disc wants to just take out his Terran opponent. DrunkenBoi is going to spread out. He's going to try and fight with the Planetary here. Does come in, but that's so many Zealots doing a lot of damage. Oh, the Arc on the north, though. Wow, I think he got some good EMPs in there as well. I'm not sure there's a tank on the high ground. That missile turret even setting up a bit of an anchor point to fall back on. DrunkenBoi takes a very good trade there. And Equalizes the units lost a little bit after the disastrous previous engagement. 79 SCVs for Terran, 4 bases versus 5, but more SCVs and probably more income whenever he's dropping mules for the Terran. Yep. 3-3 on the way for the Terran. We've got +3 armor on the way for the Protoss. 2 Stargates now on the way for Disc. You know, there's no turret ring, guys. You need to build 2 or 3 turrets up there to stop a Prism getting in. But Disc hasn't really gone for it. Left-hand side wide open to Prism as well. I kind of feel like, yeah, it's a little bit... Okay, I like this. Distract at the front, DTs. Oh, 4 DTs in a base. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Oh, you gotta react so quickly, DrunkenBoi. Even a 5-second delay there would mean every SCV goes down. It was a pretty quick reaction, but still loses 12 workers. He jumps in on the front, trying to storm drop. Oh, save the High Templar. Save the High Templar. You gotta get out of there. He's got 1 disruptor to cover his retreat, but the DTs, they do get slopped down. Slopped down? Did I just invent a new word? Oh, he slopped him. He slopped him good. It's not slap. It's not stomped. It's slopped. I think it's a mixture of slap and stomp. I don't know. Maybe that's where it came from. Advanced ballistics is almost done. That's on the way. 66 SCVs, lots of Marines, lots of Marauders, range libs, +3 armor is on the way. 5th base landing here for DrunkenBoi. Still no nukes. And you see, like I was saying earlier, and then the fighting started. When I get to this point, I want to be able to like queue Ghosts to nuke 5 locations, queue Liberators to siege up 2 locations, and then just watch my opponent have to do 10 things at once from my previously invested APM. Like that APM to do all that, I spread out over 20 seconds, and they have got to like react instantly, and then I go set up my main army, and I just hope they mess up their army control. That's like, this is what I do in late game in every matchup. I'm like, make stuff really hard for them by queuing stuff up, and then engage them at the point where there's the maximum chance of them messing up their micro. That's my entire tactic. Finally gets rid of that pervy boy that was sieged up. Double drop on the south side. Should be able to do a bit of damage. Thank God feedback doesn't one-shot medevacs anymore, hey? Though these are low-energy medevacs anyway. They are going to find that main base. A few Vikings coming forward. A couple libs as well. Side Templar's like, leave! Ooh. Double drop. Unloads in the main. I would have loved to see a click on that pylon. Oh, we didn't see the DTs warping in. Oh no, 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 oh no. Ow, 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 ow. Lots of bio going down. DT's doing their job. DT Shrine did fall though. Shadow Stride was never upgraded, by the way. Oh, nice little redrop. Actually gets a few probes. It's cute. DrunkenBoi is going to lose those units. Is his clan 6 god? Is that what that is? Like a devil god? 6 is an evil number. Everybody knows that. It's the devil number. That's why 6-year-olds are such a pain in the butt. Literal demon spawn. Liberator's going down. Top right, we got this base, we got another base, we got lots of probes. 67 probes to be exact. +1 ship weapons is nice. That's going to be kicking in. I mean, there's range upgrades done for libs, but there's no actual libs. He's going for mass Viking, which I mean, you kind of have to. There's 5 Colossus, 2 Tempests. There's a Warp Prism trying to do Stormy drops on you. This fight. I'm gonna get rid of the production tab, and we're gonna zoom right out because this fight's about to be insane, guys. This is gonna be insane. I lost my cursor for a second there. Look at that. He's trying to flank with the Storm Drop from an unexpected angle so the Vikings can't shoot it down. So if the Vikings are trying to fight the Colossus, you come in from the other side, you just get like a nice Storm Drop on their base. He's looking for it, looking for an angle. Both players looking for that correct angle. I think that was an Oracle. I saw a green explosion there. You'd want to have an Oracle to tag your opponent's army to give you vision. Vision's everything. Oh no, he's in a corner. Disc is a bit clumped up right now. Not expecting his opponent to jump on him. Oh no, the EMP is devastating. The disruptor shot doesn't get off. And just like that, DrunkenBoi grabs Disc by the scruff of the neck and throws him face first into the toilet. Oh no! Disc felt like he had a bigger economy, a slightly better position at many points in this game. He was trying to swap into carriers, but that was the most one-sided fight. He was down in resources lost all game long. He's now 5,000 resources lost ahead of his opponent. So he's actually lost 5,000 fewer resources. DT's coming in. DT's coming in. DrunkenBoi, you need to scan here. Oh, he doesn't realize this DT is doing big damage to him right now, guys. Big damage. Finally does scan carriers. Oh, just before they pop. Oh, juicy Lucy, hot damn, big ball storm in the face of those goddamn bio. Wow, 2 Colossus come out. There's no Vikings left. I mean, this is good. This is get out of there, Drunken Boy. Your units are in the deep red. Run now. You need to get the hell out of Dodge. Leave. The Stalker's also screeching that because they want their economy to be left alone. Only 53 probes left. He's still got a decent base count, but with this 5th base up, a 6th base landing on the north, definitely feels like Drunken Boy will have a better time recovering. He's building 2 more medevacs. He's going to let all this bio heal up. Do we have a nuke? Yes, we've got 2 nukes. Ooh, hot diddly damn. And there is a blinking red light sitting right there. And he's going to realize where it is. Nicely done. Drunken Boy, though, with that fight, man, I mean, the number of times I've lost to that recently, guys, players have gotten so good at that. So good as the Terran player just looking for the moment where the Protoss isn't watching and has left his army clumped. He's like, you should be afraid of me. Oh, he didn't have Storm. Yo, and then he got the Storm energy. Oh, you guys. Oh, my God. Oh. Sorry, I realized that my face had a ridiculous expression, so I should probably show it to you. Oh, that one hurt to watch, man. That was such a big storm. Little zoning nuke here, allowing him to gain position on the north side of the map. This army had to pull back for that. And now, jumps in, takes out this base. I don't know if you can engage this. You gotta be real careful with this disc. The army's actually deep orange, though. DT's already wounding it. Disc's economy is so low, he kind of needs a win right now. Oh, EMP's landing, but there's still a storm in the back. 1 storm on those Vikings does clip him. Doesn't get big damage on him. But you know what? The blink forward's doing good. The Zealot's getting on top of this. Ooh, I think Disc can take this base out. I mean, there's reinforcements trying to get up here. I mean, doesn't have a lot of storm. More Bio Ghost, more Medivacs on the way. Hasn't retaken the bottom base. I love this random Liberator. This carrier is like, no. Get out. Get out. Stop it. Okay, 51 probes. I mean, it's a tough position now for Disc, right? I feel like he does need to get a Tempest or 2 out just to pick at his opponent and try to bait him into storms, but it's hard to do that. And then Oracles, maybe? Right now, his High Templar backup count is not at that high. Oh, what the hell? Oh, surprise Templar! Oh no! Gets all the SCVs that are repairing the Vikings and wounds them all again. He's gonna have to pull more SCVs to repair now. Okay. More Marines, Marauders, Vikings, and Ghosts. Great control so far by Drunken Boy. It's very hard to control this army in the late game, guys. I'm gonna check his control groups. So it seems like the whole army's on 1, but then his Ghosts are also separately on 2. So he's a real manual boxer control player. He's not about using control groups very much. He just likes to have his Ghosts on a separate one to use EMP. Ooh, the Vikings are heavily wounded. I actually think one more storm on them and they're toast. I think you got to disengage now as Drunken Boy. That being said, where's the High Templar? Where are the backup Templar? He's out of storm. He's out of storm. Where are the backup Templar? He's got a lot of Zealots. Ooh, the Zealots actually might cut it. Just having an insane Zealot count on the ground here. Disc's Vikings are super wounded, guys. I really think, Drunken Boy, sorry. I think Drunken Boy needs to just run. I think, dude, get out now. Like, your army is just not able to deal with that. You don't have enough bio. They're too wounded. Too many Vikings. And yeah, he's building 5 Liberators now. That's going to be very important. This Observer here, taking up station. I watch from the shadows. I see what you do when you're home alone. And does get destroyed. Another Nexus here for Disc. Disc here. Some more High Templar. There's only 4 High Templar on the map. I think it really needs more backup Templar to kind of come in the midst of these fights. And I'd love there to just be a backup Prism hanging out behind his army. So halfway through a fight, it can come in and seal the deal. Like, if you just babysit a Prism behind the army and bring it in kind of after the fight, it's actually incredible. Carriers getting focused down. 1 carrier falls, 2 carriers fall, but Storm Archon Splash stacked on the Vikings does the trick. The carrier Colossus chasing off the Marine Marauder Medevac here. And I mean, Drunken Boy here not going for the mass nuke, going for a very bio-focused play. And it's very hard to scale that into the end game without doing something like mass nukes or mass liberator or something like that. But it was mostly bio Viking for the majority of this game, and we saw just how hard it is to control that. Just a few good Psy Storms can turn everything around, and suddenly Disc after floundering at some earlier points in this game, after getting his whole big army caught out. He's back in it. He's in it to win it. DrunkenBoi's gonna go across the map. He doesn't have many Marines in here. I don't even know if he can kill that carrier very quickly. Ooh. Carrier has no armor upgrades, and those are +3 stim Marines. Never mind, guys. Yeah, there's no flyer armor upgrades. There aren't even many flyer upgrades in general. It's just +1 attack on those carriers, so they're actually not doing nearly as much damage as you would like. DT Zealot here trying to hang on to this base. I'd like to see a recall. Yeah, he's gonna recall. So good job forcing that from DrunkenBoi. He's got an orbital here on the bottom saying, you know what, I don't want to commit to defending this base. Let's just try and put SCVs there, mule it out as quickly as possible while I'm out on the map. That might get me back in this game if I can get a bit more money up. You know, these bases are quite undefended. Yeah, so I think DrunkenBoi has actually made the mistake to ease off the harassment, where after the earlier damage, Disc couldn't both manage the frontal flanks and afford like static defense or defensive unit squads. So I think DrunkenBoi did miss an opportunity, and oh my god, another big juicy storm. These random High Templar are just so awesome. They're so well done by Disc. He's like, yep, here we go. No! Change directions, you silly SCV. Why would you lure them to your friends? Uh-oh, Bio's already wounded, not fully healed. Vikings come in, and I mean, there's no storm in here. The Vikings doing a pretty good job, but the Bio army seems to already mostly be gone, and with that, the Stalkers, the Carriers, deal with the Vikings. Hats off to you, Disc. Took your opponent to Disc Town. I thought DrunkenBoi was winning this game, but it turned out he was just on a very, very slow train that stops at 3 other stations. You gotta change carriage a few times, change stations, change platforms. But in the end, it was just a very, very slow train to Disc Town. So GG, well played, Disc there. Takes game number 1. GG. It was interesting how DrunkenBoi stayed Viking focused for so long, right? That was pretty interesting. Inarticulate noises. I'm guessing that was me just losing my, losing me shit. Oh my god. Scrolling to the bottom of my chat. Oh, he didn't have storm. Yo, and then he got the storm energy. Oh, he didn't have storm. Yo, and then he got the storm energy. That's a big storm. Oh, he didn't have storm. Yo, and then he got the storm energy. Oh, you guys. Oh my god. Oh. I think those sounds were appropriate. Remember, Disc almost threw that game when he left his army just sitting out all clumped up in the open. No spread High Templar, no spread out units, no spotting units. And DrunkenBoi scanned and was like, oh, and just like stimmed, ran forwards, EMP'd the entire army and just wrecked his army almost for free. Like, that was brutal. That was a massive advantage for DrunkenBoi from there. Unfortunately for him, unable to capitalize on it. I think, yeah, a bit of new Harass or just a few more drops and random Liberators queuing in would have been great. I think Disc would have struggled to keep up with it. But, I mean, it's an ambitious style that DrunkenBoi was playing. Like, real, like, very control-oriented, and things can go horribly wrong with Viking Bio in the matter of a simple storm or two, so. Guys, this is going to be my last series of the day, so potentially the last game here, if Disc can 2-0 it. At most 2 more games. We are trying to stick to my normal stream schedule, and yesterday was a very long day. We streamed most of the qualifier, and then we did WCS ANZ in the evening as well. And my whole new schedule thing, as much as I love throwing myself into work, is it's all about actually giving you guys better content consistently, rather than just grinding at my desk all day. Being like, let's stream 10 hours a day. So coming up on 7 hours, so I think that should be enough. We've got a lot of other streams still commentating the tournament, so after this series, I will make sure I find you guys a really good caster who's continuing with the rest of the day to raid up. Up here in the top right in the blue, representing Psystorm Gaming, the mayor of Disctown. It's Disc. He named the town after himself. Who knew? Down here in the bottom left, rocking the Warpig decal, my man. It is DrunkenBoi. I love that decal, man. Sick. You notice you got the little piggy heads on it? So the SCVs get a decal? Oh yeah, I can see it. It's like on their shoulder pad. It's like real small. See the little Warpig just on their shoulder pad? You know what, guys, by the way, guys? I'm gonna real quickly, I've been playing with health bars on all day. Sorry. Let's put them on damage. It makes it just visually a little bit cleaner, I think. Don't you reckon that looks a little nicer? But then if something's damaged, it'll still pop up. Uh-oh. Oh no, DrunkenBoi goes to the eBay block, but he doesn't scout. It's a proxy gate. I used to do this build that DrunkenBoi is doing right now, and this was the one scenario where you were guaranteed an absolute shit show of a game. You eBay block, I mean, please go in and scout after the eBay block so we realize. If he doesn't go in and scout, he might just be dead. CC on the high ground, it's a good choice. I think it's because no probe came down. He let it finish, that's a mistake. Ooh, that's a big mistake. You're meant to stop it at like 99% complete so that you can cancel it later on and get your money back. 75% refund if you don't complete it. But nonetheless, that's gonna have armor. It's gonna be hard for the opponent to clear up at the very least. Reaper comes down, is like, where's your proxy, mate? Bunker on the high ground. Ooh, this game's gonna get weird, for sure. Reaper grenade to delay that Stalker just a little. And Reaper's gonna have to get in this bunker. Gonna have to pull another SCV. That's not gonna finish. You gotta pull that SCV away. Pull it away, pull it away, pull it away, pull it away! Just in time, very nicely done. And then the Reaper obviously not gonna show up until this goes in. And you're gonna have to put that inside the bunker, put it inside the bunker! Ah, it doesn't get it inside in time. That's a shame. Nonetheless, Disc is like, what the hell, man? I think Disc should just go straight for a third base. I mean, DrunkenBoi's opening is not very efficient. Go straight for that third would be real nice. Yeah, he's got to run up and focus the SCVs because they're the repairers, but unable to get much, just trades his shields for that. I really think Disc should go for a third base. He's going to go Stargate double gas. So his initial reaction is to speed up his tech. I know going for a third is super awkward, but when I'm in this game, I just like go, you know what, throw caution to the wind. I'm going to open up Phoenix charge lot 2 base, and I'm just going to try to all in my opponent once they take their natural. Like, I know I can't defend a base here very easily and this base while playing a normal game, so I'm just gonna do like a wild all in. He's going Twilight. It's kind of looking like that direction. I think he might. Disc might be a man after me own heart. A man of culture. Open with an Oracle, make charge, build a Phoenix or 2, and then make 7 gateways and go. I don't know, we'll see. He's got a lot of options from here. 3 Stalkers just kind of slowing down the natural. Tank on the high ground for DrunkenBoi. He's obviously got that command center expansion up, so he's ahead in economy. And this Oracle's gonna have to be used to defend here. Ooh, or is it? I guess the Stalker should be able to defend. And one more shot does not finish it, because that only does 13 damage, not 14. I thought that it was 14. Ah, DrunkenBoi! He left his Reaper there. That Reaper drinking too much moonshine. He can't think straight no more. Oh, siege tank on the high ground, dude. Don't move that down there. Oh, he's got enough Marines. That's 10 Marines. Okay. I was like, that's only a few Marines. Oh, okay, 10 Marines in a tank. That'll do the trick. No worries, man. I'm like so paranoid about my tanks dying. You can tell it's like this irrational fear I have. It's happened too many times. I've been traumatized. The Viking there takes up a patrol path. Oracle's gonna have to back away for now. Bunker's not covered. He needs to move forward. Yeah. Okay, so he's gonna move the tank forward, but oh, Stalker's getting some good damage. Some good damage. They even got the SCV there. Nicely done. What do we got? Blink. Blink and +1 on 1 gate? This is such a weird plan. And a Robo? Well, I guess he's on 2 gates because he's still got that one up, right? Okay, so it's just an Oracle into Blink. I think this is his normal game plan. I don't know if it's the best game plan in this scenario. I really feel like because your economy is slower than it would normally be, and your opponent just went CC on the high ground straight away. Like, I don't know if Disc's actually adjusting his strategy to the situation. I feel like he needs to do a bit of a better job. Like, yeah, if he's not gonna find more damage, he's behind in economy this whole time. And going Stargate into Blink Stalker is like 2 very soft units when it comes to direct combat. Good mobility, good flexibility, terrible when push comes to shove. Oracles aren't going to beat Stim Marines in a frontal fight or a big pack of Marines. Likewise, Blinkstalkers are going to get wrecked by stuff. But you know what? Like, he's kind of come down there. This is a terrible move by DrunkenBoi. These Stalkers can just micro this down so easily. I mean, what was he thinking? I don't like to be too harsh, but that was... Oh, no. I do that move sometimes. That made no sense. That was... Yeah, that's a half-baked idea. Let's poke a few Marines down to get rid of the gateway at 6 minutes. You can't move out of your base with that many unupgraded Marines so late in the game. It's insane. That's the point where Protoss has map control, and you don't get that back until you move out with your entire army or you have Stim and Shields. It's one or the other. Third CC on the way, and now Disc is not going to be that afraid anymore. But Disc going for gas. No third base. Going up to Colossus? I feel like Disc is really not pushing any particular strategic edge very hard here. And this is kind of like, it's a good cover all ladder style of play that Disc's playing. I don't think it's the best for playing in a tournament. I think he could be pushing, a certain advantage or a certain strength of his army way harder right now. I think he'd be pushing something way harder. I would have loved the Oracle to pick off those guys building, by the way. I think he wants to save energy for tag because he's worried about a frontal push. Yeah, that's a late third base. So the thing is, he's going to be making Colossus disruptors. Okay. Double. Oh my god, is he going the teabag build? He's going the legit teabag build. The legit teabag build is where you do some form of normal opening, get blink, and then you go double robo disruptor. So this is not like the original silly teabag build, but nonetheless, I think we're going to see some balls. At least one. I hope he keeps building. I want to see mass balls. So if you guys want to see mass balls, you know what emote to you know what emote to throw out in chat. I don't want to see like one disruptor into Colossus. That's some real beta play. Yes. I knew Disc was an alpha. I knew he was an alpha. I can hear him beating his chest from here. God damn. I already want to have his babies. Making mass disruptor, this is a fun composition, and it's something DrunkenBoi won't have a lot of current practice against. Just keep in mind, interference matrix on those disruptors will cancel their shots. So that is a danger. Why are we going out? No, pull back. He just wanted to scout, I guess, but he's got to be real careful here, man. Ooh, did he tag it? Yeah, he got the tag on the medevac just after it tried to get out of there. Well done. Third mineral line doing all right here for Disc. Disc still not really doing good supply-wise, but he's got disruptors, and that's a great comeback unit. He doesn't see the Robo Bay or a disruptor with the scan, so he doesn't get to find out much. Oh, man. I'd love to see those disruptors get over here. I want to see those disruptors move across this map and start trying to take him down. Now, unfortunately for Disc, we're seeing a mass tank play from DrunkenBoi, and these players normally play very defensively, and you can't really push into siege tanks with disruptors unless you know the secret. Do you guys know what the secret is? No, it's not some crap about visualizing. It's the fact that disruptors outrange siege tanks. That's not the secret right there, Disc. That's you clicking an oracle into your opponent's army. That doesn't make sense. Very few people ever pull this off, especially in high pressure matches. Siege tank can shoot to there. Using the edge of the splash radius, you can actually shoot from just outside of that line and barely hit a siege tank with a disruptor shot, which is pretty cool. A depth drop in the back there, gonna come in, get a couple of SCVs, not bad. Tries to pull the friendly fire into the SCVs, but DrunkenBoi did a good job of pulling away from that. Second forge now on the way, and I think, yeah, Disc is kind of like, oh man, he's not giving me the opportunity to land these shots. Scan, see the disruptors. DrunkenBoi really loves mass scanning, doesn't he? Oh my. He loves just dropping these scans all over until he knows what's happening. I think he's real worried about moving out of the map normally, and with this style of play, it makes sense. Double factory tank, pretty good. If you can catch them unsieged, it's really good. So something a lot of you might not know, if the tanks are unsieged, they have, they don't block things like shades or disruptor shots, right? So disruptor shots can just move through them. And if you've got like, say, 6 or 7 siege tanks in a clump unsieged, the disruptor shot can just go to the center, detonate in the middle, might get microed there by the person, just maximize, kill like 7 tanks in 2 disruptor shots, right? But if they siege up, they immediately block things like Adept Shades and also Purification Novas. So if you siege a whole bunch of tanks in a clump, it will actually force the disruptor shot to the outside. So it only hits 1 or 2 tanks at most. Still not great getting hit, but it actually is better. So if you ever get ambushed by disruptors with your siege tanks, sieging up very quickly even if a disruptor shot is already going to be in the middle of your tanks by the time they fire, is actually not a bad decision. The Raven goes down on full energy. Ooh, and a nice disruptor shot. 2 tanks deep in the red. A 5 medevac drop on the right-hand side, though, going to go straight for the main. This army over here is so tiny and so poopy. The Stalker's like, oh god, where is he? Oh god, where is he? And now we find out, yeah, I mean, just dropping from all sides, one of the best ways to play against disruptors. And it's going to work out really well. Stalker's trying to jump in the main. It's a lot of Stalkers. What do we got? 1-1 upgrades versus +2 Stalkers. Stalker's very fragile. Disc has got a micro like a beast right now. He needs another Zealot Warpin as well. A Zealot Warpin could turn this around, but there's slow Zealots. The gateway went down. There's slow Zealot Warpin. Oh, everything falling apart. His Disruptor's unable to be microed like that. A single Marauder comes in. Alpha is all hell. Takes down a Disruptor. And oh, big storm. Big juicy storm. Delicious. That's pretty nice, man. DrunkenBoi just dismantling this. Disc trying to get a bit too stylish with the disruptor play. And as I mentioned earlier, way too slow to push any advantages in this game. He had like 12 minutes, let's say 8 minutes, where DrunkenBoi just sat in his base and did nothing to touch him up. I think Disc could have really ran away with this game in that time and punished the sort of static defensive play of DrunkenBoi. Boom, balls. Now, it's not over. He's still got 60 probes, but he lost all of his Stalkers, which are so expensive. And because there's 3 tanks being built at a time, like that's like one of the rough things. So it's hard for Disc because he doesn't have great vision. If that Observer got behind, he could actually measure out the shots to outrange them, but almost no one practices it. So it's rough. It's rough, man. Oracle. Hey! Turns out Oracle's counter siege tanks, guys. Alright, takes out a few of those tanks. Disruptors ain't in position though. You want to get these pushes before they get to your base. Too late. The tanks are here. Tanks are in the yard. Disruptor shot snags a Marauder. Oh no! Great control by DrunkenBoi, just edging these tanks forward, keeping the Marines Marauders out of range. And yeah, looks like Disc gonna be taking a ride in his own train this time. He's like, "Sir, would you like a train to Disc Town?" DrunkenBoi's like, "Yes, oh yeah, sure, I would." And then just kicks him in the shins and shoves him into his own train carriage, locks the door and is like, "You're on the express." This is how you counter disruptors, mate. You make 3 factory siege tank, turtle at home so that they don't have any opportunities to land shots on you, and then basically just siege up and say, "Come fight into this," and then while they're distracted, drop them elsewhere. Purification Novas through the slow field is the funniest thing. They move so slowly through there, it's so sad. It's like, your opponent has so much time to respond, it's insane. Colossi are on the way. I don't think they have range though, right? Yeah, no Viagra upgrade for the Colossus, no extended thermal lance. So they are gonna be just working with what they got. Okay, he starts it up now. It's gonna be a while till that's done. 100-second upgrade. You can see these units move down. He needs to catch this rotation, needs to get disruptors out front of this army. Oh. Oh! Ouch, ouch, ouch. Loses a lot of tanks there. The disruptors can come around here and start sieging this. You gotta siege it. Get down there. Go, Disc. Go, Disc. Get him. Oh my. Oh me, oh my. I like big balls all night. A big old one goes down. Kind of sad he didn't fire any shots earlier than that. Oh, and that one just gets shot down by the tank. Ugh. I mean, Disc's got his back to the wall. He's in a pretty terrible position. So as much as I'm hoping for him to just win the game with magic disruptor shots, everyone's experienced, I guess, against disruptors now to know to avoid them and to know to just kind of dodge it and keep out of range. So keeping him at arm's length is generally the way it goes here. Colossus, Stalkers, Zealots, Immortals coming on in. Hot damn, hot diddly damn. Immortals focusing down the siege tanks. Finally, a half-decent engagement for Disc. But unfortunately, it's up against a 4-base Terran when his own economy is in tatters. If you're wondering if your economy should be in tatters, no, it should not. It should be a good economy. Has he got a storm? Oh my god, yeah, he does, doesn't he? I forgot about that. Ooh, no high ground, no high ground. Okay, quick scan reaction there, and DrunkenBoi's going to kill a lot of Stalkers. Oh my god, the bonus to armored, 75 damage. Stalker corpses all over the shop, blue Protoss blood everywhere, and this here is a goddamned massacre. The Terran players rejoicing. They say, take your goddamned lasers, your warpy prisms, you're teleporting and building units on the other side of the map. Your invisible unit that does 50 damage a hit. Take them cram them right up a certain cavity. And also I'm gonna post a balance thread, even in the game where I win. Because as a Terran player, I mean, yeah, I won the game, but I had to play at least 16 or 17 times better objectively than my opponent in order to win this game. And therefore, I, as a Terran fan, will post. I know DrunkenBoi can't do it. I know he wants to, though. I, as a Terran fan, will do it for him, and I'll explain why he played 17 times better. I cannot wait for the response from the Battle.net employees whose job it is to read my forum posts and pretend they give a shit. To be honest, who doesn't want that job, guys? Who doesn't want that job? They're like, stalkers should only be able to teleport at least 3 screens because Protoss aren't strong enough. Also, I think nukes should take out the whole map so it's more realistic. Thank you for your feedback. Valuable community feedback is a big part of what drives our development of the game. Guys, how is Disc still alive? As much as I'm trolling Terran players complaining, am I doing it at the most ironic timing? Am I doing it when the Protoss player is hanging in a game he has no business still being in? I'm like, this might actually be the time where we complain about. I mean, it's funny, right? Because they're all comeback units, right? It's like just big splash damage units. But I'm kind of confused. What's going on with DrunkenBoi? Is he on like pure siege tank almost? Okay, his bioproduction's kind of halted a little bit. I think maybe he was a little slow to transfer. He's got so much economy. He should really be able to finish this game sometime yesterday. Please, finish the game, man. Oh, I've been really harsh to Terran players yesterday and today. They've just been the most whiny recently. But to be fair, my favorite is when Zerg players complain about like anything another race has powerful, and they're like, I've never built a unit other than a roach, but Protoss is OP, and I'm like, what? Oh my god. Guys, is DrunkenBoi shitting the bed? Come on, man. First things first, you're fighting a one-directional mobile army. Start split dropping, please. And can we stop throwing out tanks? Is he actually... You can't throw this game, DrunkenBoi. Oh no. I mean, he's still got enough tanks. There should be no way for him to die. He's still got a big economy. But where are the drops? I mean, a few drops hitting these mineral lines. Once again, Disc finds himself, same as game 1, behind, unable to defend his expansions, running around with a ball, desperately hanging on fight after fight. But this should not be enough. Surely, this should not be enough for Disc. DrunkenBoi just needs to stabilize, disengage, set up some defenses, and do some harassment on the other side of the map, max out, and methodically get a slow push going, whilst pressuring. Oh my god, that drop gets just shut down. He flew it right through the middle of the map. It got spotted too early. I mean, he needs to send some liberators or something. DrunkenBoi, he's got so much economy. He's got like 3 more failed engagements before Disc is ahead in this game. But right now, Disc is back up to 66 workers. I was just like, oh, this game's over. I'm not even going to commentate anymore. Well, joke's on me, guys. Disc's really good at making comebacks. DrunkenBoi, unfortunately, not so focused as he should be in closing out these games. He's got a big tank army. Surely, I mean, you can't engage that with Protoss, right? And he's still got planetaries and turrets everywhere. You can't get in with backstabs. Tries to recall up here to get in position. There's only 7 Zealots and 5 Archons to tank. To be honest, tanks do very little damage versus those units. Is there enough Marine Marauder? I think with EMPs on the Zealots and Archons, the army of Protoss evaporates. Ooh, good disruptor shot. Gets a couple of units there. Just tags a few of them. That one does not get to land its hit. This Nexus is going down. Yeah, just abandon the base. No reason to fight here for Disc. I mean, you've been given another lease on life here in this game. Take another Nexus. Maybe even take this one or something. I don't know. But just yeah, make some Tempests right now as well, right? A couple of Tempests is going to throw DrunkenBoi through a hoop. Make some more High Templar as well. You've got Psystorm. No reason not to have it. I love this. I love this, by the way. DrunkenBoi doesn't have vision. And Disc is like, all right. Let's go. Oh! That hero, that's a 20 kill disruptor, by the way, guys. He's landed a few hits in this game. Very nice. I realized DrunkenBoi was kind of focusing on the macro. Wasn't watching. Snuck in the dark area of the vision and landed a real nice shot. If Disc wins this game, it's good. No, he's going to get broadsided again. That's the second time he's had an engagement like this. DrunkenBoi caught. Blind in the middle of the map one more time. Loses all of his siege tanks, so much of his army. He's got another army right behind it, but his tanks are sieging in the front line. He's got to defend this fight. I cannot believe it. Disc thrusting his large Protoss army into the fragile Terran defenses. Is he going to have enough to break through? There's only one tank left in the back firing. Oh no, DrunkenBoi just getting ambushed so many times in this game. I cannot believe Disc has been able to resurrect himself. This should not be happening. This should not be possible. How? This is definitely a rewind, guys. I can't believe it. Oh no, poor DrunkenBoi, dude. This is the worst sort of loss. He was so far ahead in this game. He's got every base on the map. Oh no. Oh no. I feel a little bit sick, guys. You don't understand. As a high-level player, even an amateur, you feel bad as this game. He's gonna try and counter drop. Oh man, these drops did so much damage at the start. He got way ahead from doing a big doom drop, remember? And then he just didn't really do any good drops for the rest of the game. He's gonna flank. Oh, so if DrunkenBoi pushes the high ground, he's gonna catch him. Ooh, slow fields, gross. Oh no, he's losing all of his depots. Oh, the supply block from hell. He's gonna go across the map. There's a ton of Storm waiting for him. Yep, Storm's about to tick over. The Zealot spots it. He can just recall. And you gotta run. Run, DrunkenBoi! Run! Oh no. Oh no. I can't believe, guys. That's... This is a rough game, man. I think that there's two key engagements, right? Where his army just got broadsided, and we saw what happens when a tank army gets jumped on when you're just not ready, right? A tank's unsieged is so worthless. Tank sieged, your army pre-split, knowing where your opponent's coming from, you're like, ha! Best unit in the game, unbreakable. But yeah, I mean, DrunkenBoi just with a few lapses of attention, kind of getting out-positioned in this game. It's not over yet, guys. It's not over yet. It's still not a gigantic economy for Disc. I love Disc's decision to give up this base up here, by the way. Against the siege tank army, it has such slow pushing power, it's very hard for the tank player to finish the game. And because Disc gave up that base, he bought himself the opportunities to fight again and again. Every time he was able to pull back and buy space, there was more opportunities, and it was within those kind of rotations that things happen. Observer sees the pickup. The Observer sees the pickup. Disc might just jump on the army. He's unsieged once again. Oh, I mean, he's going to do a two-pronged push, which I love. I love that he's doing this. Because if he can just swing in and hit his economy, that's going to be great. But uh-oh, Disc's up against a wall. Disc's up against a wall. Needs some big EMPs. A few more EMPs would be really big here. The tank shelling doing a good job. Oh, that's just a lot of Protoss, though. We are going to need to see another recall, though, on the right-hand side. That double drop nearing its target right now. Lots of Marine Marauder with 3-3 up against the 3-2 bio. Double drop hits the mineral line. Are we going to see a quick recall? I don't think so. Disruptor shot takes out a ghost. Recall is off cooldown. This planetary fortress is going to go down. Doesn't really get to repair much. Turret takes out a Colossus. He could still recall. He just lost 35 probes, though. There was 40 probes stacked on this one mineral line, guys. And it's too late to recall now. It's gone. Oh, no. Disc. Oh, my God. Wait, is DrunkenBoi... Is he one of Florencio's disciples? Was he doing this on purpose? Does he hate Protoss so much that he wanted Disc to think he had a second chance? So he drip fed him hope? That he was like, I'll let you kill 3 or 4 armies really well, really efficiently. You know what? And then I'll win anyway with a double drop, killing 40 probes. Because Disc was in such a crappy position for so long. As I keep saying, he hasn't really had proper defense at home. Anytime his army's out on the map, we finally saw his economy just get ruffle stomped into the ground. And DrunkenBoi is like, oh yeah, I was just giving you a chance, man. I wanted you to think you could win, but you can't. Oh. And I'm like, DrunkenBoi, you're crazy. This is a WCS match. You're getting close to qualifying for Challenger. There's a lot of money on the line. Why would you do that? And DrunkenBoi is like, because I'm a madman. And after this game, my opponent's mentality will be broken. People in chat are probably like, no, DrunkenBoi, he will be broken after this. You guys don't even know. It was his plan all along. I believe, even if you guys don't. Scouting Engineering Bay spots that. Good job. DrunkenBoi has the units lost tab is going to be kind of gross. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, actually. I guess he took so many good trades against the Stalkers in the main base with that big dude. Oh, misclick from disc. Ooh, regen those shields, boy. How many disruptors has he got left, guys? He's got 2. One has 1 kills and the other has 1 kill. So his awesome big boy disruptors were unable to find the targets in this game. I like how I wanted to finish the stream by now, and it's looking like we're gonna go to a game 3, but this could still go either way. Oh man. High Templar drop up there. It's kind of being ignored out in the open. No, don't use that. Just whooping some zealots. Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's so hard to pin your opponent down with these siege tank armies, man. They got +3 attack, +1 armor. Ooh, shell him. He doesn't have the vision. Doesn't see that army, unfortunately. Observers are seeing everything. So this is giving Disc a lot of control right now. Oh, lots of Marines just out in the open. They're gone. They did. Whoa, good storm there. Good zoning storm. Oh, he misses the next one. Disruptor shots. He needs them to go out now. Oh, big disruptor shot. That was a big boy shot. Gets another 7 kills on that disruptor. And another one going down as well, forcing the spread back. The tanks aren't fighting. You can't be fighting up here out of tank range. Most of his tanks are spread all the way back here, but he's fighting with his bio. He keeps engaging out of tank range. DrunkenBoi, stop! You need to bring the rest of your tanks up here. You cannot be fighting with 1/4 of your army at a time. Oh, the planetary. It's a strong point, though, if these Colossus overextended. Have they overextended? They may have. Oh, the Colossus not good against Marauders. Stalkers very bad against Marauders. DrunkenBoi. Trying to stress us out here, making this game as close as it could possibly be. Disc's like, this is all of his army. Maybe I can win. No, dude, that's like 1/4 of his army. He's got 13 siege tanks spread across every base behind this because you've been running back and forwards, freaking him out so much. DrunkenBoi is finally going to win this game. And, oh my lord. Oh man. It's been a long day, a lot of long games. These guys are getting tired. I think it is showing definitely in how weird these games are getting, but also in my ability to comprehend what's happening. I'm not like following all the action just because we've been casting for a long time, so I'm kind of losing track of games. We started casting with the last few series of WCS EU this morning. We saw Soul make his way through. DrunkenBoi continuing to try and fight out front of these siege tanks. He's still got like 1 billion tanks spread across his other bases. Oh man, this is so weird, dude. Yeah. Siege tank style is very good for not dying. I find it so hard to win the game with the siege tank style. If the Protoss is really good at like giving up bases and picking away at you and forcing you to siege and unsiege. Oh my gosh. Ugh. 45 army supply against 108. I mean, not all of that 108's here. But as long as the bio stays behind the siege tanks, I don't see how DrunkenBoi could not get rid of this base. And getting rid of this base will end the game. The Marine spread looking to damage that Prism. That Prism's very soft right now. Medevac's very low. High Templar goes down with energy. Tanks just edging their way forward. What a shit show. That was awesome. Oh my god. Remember, guys, this was the moment. Oh, no, it was even earlier than this, where DrunkenBoi got way ahead with a Doom Drop in the main. Or was there? Or maybe there was Storm in this one as well. Oh, yeah, this was the big Doom Drop. He just killed like 30 Stalkers here. And then Storm finally like cleaned him up. And he's up like 60 supply. I mean, there's still 4 bases and a decent economy up for a little bit. Then he has to give this base up, right? And DrunkenBoi, like, he keeps poking a bit too far in front of his tanks, I would argue. But then he's like, okay, that's cool. We'll just reposition. That's fine. And then watch this next engagement. Oh my god. Yeah. So he tries to lift 4 tanks there. And gets 3 of them sniped and a medevac. So that's okay. That's the start of things going a bit messy. And then his tanks are spread way too thin. So he fights over here with just a small section of his army. And it's trading okay still. It's still fine. I think that's still acceptable. And this was just, you know, just taking the best fight he could. Still not good enough. That was a really bad overcommitment. That Doom drop losing like 4 low hit point medevacs. And then this attack made no sense. He's like, I have 1 tank and some Marines and Marauders. You know, he felt the momentum and he wanted to push it. But his tanks kept being too spread out. So I like it. He wanted to use the slow fields, but I think he got a bit too adaptive because of the map. So, and then there was 2 more fights in the next 15 minutes where his army got broadsided. So GG's. Where basically all of his tanks were on siege and he just lost like a whole army for almost nothing. Like, you know, where the bio is like clumped up, not even stemmed. It just gets crazy. It's insane. It's insane. I'm sure there's... Oh, is there someone in chat being negative and answering, this is low-level play. These guys... This is Gold League. You guys have never watched SOS play, have you? You know that guy's a two-time BlizzCon world champion? Right? Right? He never makes mistakes. SOS is a perfect player. He never takes gambles. He never makes mechanical errors. No, that could never happen. No, it's actually amazing. It's actually really good. This is a really good level of play. These guys aren't players who make it to even the final group stage of a WCS event, right? Necessarily, at the moment. This is not the tip-top level in the world. Are they pro players? I mean, obviously we can get all definition-wise. I would call them pro players. They are very high-level players. They are really good, and it's very nice. Why is my selection box so green? Why would it not be green? It's beautiful. It's beautiful, dude. That's amazing. I don't know. Turn the gamma up if you want the same thing, I guess. Up here in the top left, in the blue. Anyway, I love players of all skill levels. These guys are both kind of around that 6K, 6-1 MMR, 6-1, 6K MMR. So both kind of around that rank 20, rank 15 on the NA GM ladder. Both very good players. Not at the experience or the caliber of a Neeb or a Scarlet in the NA scene, or obviously a Cyril or a Maru internationally, but incredible players nonetheless. And there's always people hating on games. There's people who hate on the skill level of my IC4 games. I'm like, you guys realize we're casting amateur players doing dumb strategies on purpose? They're like, yeah, but they're bad. That guy could have won if he just did this thing. And I'm just like, oh, you guys know how people want to like teleport through, find people that like are douchebags and trolls on the internet, beat the shit out of them, like in that Jay and Silent Bob. Sorry, yeah, like in that, was it Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back where they do that at the end of the movie? They find all the people who dissed on them and they just go and beat them up. Like that's what they use all the money they earn for. It's like that, but I just want to grab the people who like neg people's play in Twitch chat, and I want to be able to just magically like host one of their replays instantly on my computer and be like, okay, let's cast your game. And you know, you could immediately see, like, if you could see them, their body language would change. They'd kind of like curl in on themselves and they'd be like, oh no. And I'm like, dude, we all suck at StarCraft. Embrace it. There's nothing wrong with it. We don't need to try and feel good about ourselves by putting other people's play down. Just accept that we're all shit together. Embrace that we're it's what brings us together, and how shit we are at the game, man. It's the mistakes we make that bind us, not the awesome plays. Come on, mates. All right, guys, let's go to this final game of today's cast. We'll be rating someone after this game. We're gonna see how this day ends. Up here in the top left, it's Disc. I love the 5 workers on 1 gas, now 4. It's so weird that he does that. He does that in multiple games. I don't know if it's like a habitual mistake or if he's just like, I don't want them to screw up my mineral patches or something. They would actually mine a couple of minerals in that time. So, DrunkenBoi, of course, gonna come in. Oh, a misclick on Disc. Disc actually pulled the wrong pro back and pulled his first adept back. Mistake. So a little bit of a mistake there from Disc pulling that adept back, I think. And pulling, well, more importantly, sorry, pulling the wrong probe back. He clicked the probe that wasn't being shot and pulled it away. You want to pull the one that's getting shot and get it out of Reaper range as quickly as possible while the other probes cover it. Oracle versus a quickish bunker. Marines, Widowmine, Starport. Yeah, pretty standard so far. Nothing crazy. Curious if we'll see more Oracles. Yeah, second Oracle queues up. Okay, cool. It's a really good way to play, especially against like weird fast pushes where they try to jump on your third with like, I have a tank and a Cyclone and 10 Marines and I'm trying to build a bunker with 1 SCV. Also, I have a Viking. And you're like, what is this? And you just turn the Oracle laser beams on, kill the Cyclone and the Marines in 3 seconds, and you're like, it's fine. So 3 Oracles is not only a good aggressive harassment tool, they'll give you awesome map vision, and they can do some other stuff. And from that last game, it kind of felt like Disc wants to play Oracle into Blink, sees the Widowmine, good micro, does not fly into that Widowmine. It was hoping to catch it over there. Does not get it though. There's another Widowmine sitting there in the open. That one's not even hiding. So if you go to Disc's vision, like when he comes in, that'll just show up as like a little ruffle on the ground. Can we see it through the fog? No. It's kind of cool actually. Put it next to this little crater thing. That's just part of the map texture. That might not show up though, since most high level players play on lower graphic settings. You did, boy. Second Oracle's built. He might actually build a third one, but he just doesn't want to show it. Reaper's dead. Robo's down. Okay, maybe just a 2 Oracle. Don't go in there. Don't go in there. That Widowmine's waiting for you. 6 Adept, 2 Oracle. Widowmine. If you dive on the front, ooh, does he realize that mine's there? If he loses an Oracle, this could get nasty. I mean, this is a really nice pressure. When they got a bunker and non-stop Marine production like DrunkenBoi's done, I think they're actually very well prepared for this. Could use the Adept trick. Does a Revelation. Oh, no, you gotta be so careful, dude. I honestly don't think you should go in. Yeah, nice wall off. DrunkenBoi's like, screw you, just walls off to make sure the Adepts can't shade in. It's a nice little response. Disc here has the Robo up. Will it be straight into Colossus? I think we'll probably see +1 and Blink before we see the Colossus. Maybe just an Observer or 2 out. Ooh, knows where the Widowmine is. Nice, awesome. 3 guys, and even gonna pick off the one building the gas. Always annoying when you can pick off SCVs building structures. One of the ways you can annoy a Terran player, make them to put those workers back on. They sometimes forget. 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 Oh no. He'll remember when he puts on gas. It's not a big deal. Yeah, he remembers. I'm like making out like it's this big, it's really not a big deal. It's perfectly fine for him to have a slightly, he's got so much gas in the bank, it makes no difference. It's probably better for him to forget. I'm just in a weird mood, guys. Have we got Cloak, or is it is just 1 Cloak Banshee, and a second one's coming out now. The Oracle's gonna see it though. It's a very good scout. No observers, guys. He should recall. He should recall those Oracles. Ooh. That's gonna be a yikes from me, fam. Banshee doing some big damage right now. Engine's screaming. The Banshee's gonna come through into the main. There's great dead space here to work around. I'd love to see a Phoenix built, but obviously Disc just scrambling right now and already taking big damage. Oh no. Oh no. 9 probes. 10 probes! Ow! And the second one's like, hey buddy, how you going? Do you want to play a game? And the probe's like, no! And he's like, why are you going to play anyway? Banshees are evil. I think Protoss players already know this. I think anyone's ever had a Banshee in their mineral line that's controlled well and doesn't fly directly into a spore crawler. I think everybody knows the Banshees are clearly pure evil. They love murdering defenseless workers, and look at that, just gonna hide there. This is why I love having a Phoenix, if you know this is coming earlier, but it was hard to get the scouting early on. The starport was kind of hidden in the very back upgrading cloak, so really nice placement by DrunkenBoi to get that in. Hey, thank you so much, Deechler with the 10-month resub just before, and of course Online Strategic with the 100-bit cheer. Much love for the support! Work, 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 twerk, twerk, twerk. Me not that kind of orc, but thank you for touching me there nonetheless. The Oracles do a nice little tag. Widowmine comes out there, Widowmine over there. Uh-oh, watch out guys. The Widowmines want to be winner mines. Bio mine on the way, 5 barracks, 3 base landing. Pretty similar economy for both sides. Upgrades way ahead for DrunkenBoi, a little bit behind for Disc, who's going for Storm off the back of this. Oracle dies to the Widowmine, that's unfortunate. Does see this push come. It's a big, scary Terran army right now. Oh no, loses the other Oracle? Oh, that's my maneuver. So you just lazily shift-click it to the middle of the map where you know they're gonna attack through anyway. You're like, it's fine, I'll remember to move it later. And you're like, no, just click it somewhere else in the first place. Ugh. Oh no, Storm's not quite ready. He's gonna move out to scare this army. He can't fight that, I don't think. Maybe he's baited a stim. Ooh, nice force fields. Trap some Marines. The rest kind of wax. Stim's about to run out. Stim is about to run out. This is a lovely engagement from Disc. That right there was a work of Protoss art. He's like, you know what? I have Psystorm now, and my shields are gonna regenerate. My shield batteries are gonna heal. And DrunkenBoi is just, I mean, he's scared his opponent. He's delayed his fourth, but he's not really doing any direct damage. And if he clumps up at all, it's gonna get a lot worse. Now, the heavy Widowmine count is kind of awesome, right? Because that's very hard to deal with. Clears the Observer. As Disc, you kind of want to just spread your Zealots onto this and just go for it. The question is, I mean, is he going to be flexible enough? Has he done his gymnast practice? Is he going to be able to do enough of a spready? Because that's a lot of Widow Mines. No, don't go into there. Okay, I think he at least realizes how many there are now. He's got the Storm Drop ready. I think just A move, spread beforehand, do an A move, and use the Storm Drop. Okay, the Widow Mine's getting some decent hits. The Storm Drop zones out the bio, but doesn't actually deal with it. We've got one more Storm coming in. DrunkenBoi says, F you, I'm gonna run right past. He recalls to the natural. DrunkenBoi says, nah, screw that, I'll go to the main then, no worries. Just keeps running. Here's the Storm Drop! The Storm Drop doesn't go down. Thought that was gonna do a lot of damage. Even if not kill many units, I thought it was gonna damage. Okay. He defends. It wasn't as bad as it could have been. The Nexi survived. Templar Archives got sniped. Wait. Oh, he's only got 2 High Templar. So that's pretty big, actually. Big snipe. 4th base got big delay. 4th base almost done here for DrunkenBoi. But I just worry because we saw what DrunkenBoi did in game number 1, right? We saw what he did. It was, I don't know, man. He tried to use a very basic unit composition, which even Maru struggles to use. And I mean, Maru can use it correctly, but he also adds like a few more libs in. I just don't know how you win in the late game against a competent Protoss with like Bio Ghost Viking. You know, like I feel like I understand how you win with it. I don't understand how you win with it, if you know what I'm saying, right? You guys feel me? I like consistently. Like, I mean, like, I'm just saying, it feels like you're trying to like sprint through a place where the floor is covered in soapy water. It is scary. I feel like one little slip, you're gonna split your head open on something. This shit is insane. It's so hard to use this army against this big splashy army. This time, it's fine. There's no Colossus and there's like only 2 High Templar. Templar Archives just finished. I think DrunkenBoi can kill him. Good flank and Storm, buy some time, but we need more High Templar right now. Where are those High Templar warping? Don't morph them into Archons. I think he just needs Storm. Because I think splash damage is what this is all about right now. 1-1 versus 1-1. 2-2's quite far away for both players. Pull back. Both sides looking for the fight, looking for the big juicy EMPs. The bio is so clumped though. This is like a Gumiho moment. If you land every EMP and dodge every storm, you will crush this fight as Terran. And if you mess up and one big storm lands in the center of that clumped bio, we're all gonna have to once again, you know, talk about balance threads and how Protoss is broken, because one big storm when you're that clumped is game ending. So it's like an all or nothing, high risk, high reward style. DrunkenBoi wanting to stutter step and thereby mitigate the Zealots, mitigate the Immortals. But that's the storm I was talking about! Oh no, great EMPs on those other High Templar that were coming in, but he took so much damage! And the Medevacs, they're all in red hit points, they all go down! Oh no, just like that. It's exactly what I was talking about. It's why I don't like this style. This I like though. DrunkenBoi lacked harassment in his previous games. This time around, I mean, he still killed a lot of Protoss stuff in the middle of that map before the storms went down. Or the storm, it was like a storm won that battle basically. The Liberators get shot down, only 4 probe kills. Disc building 4 probes at a time. If he can drop a 5th base in the near future, I think he's managed to stabilize and get himself back into a good position in this game. DrunkenBoi, I mean, we saw Gumiho try this time and again. There was that game where he was so far ahead and refused to build anything except Biomine Ghost on, what was that gigantic map? The gigantic map with the gold bases in the middle where Cyril did the proxy hatch, in ZVT, and Gumiho was playing late game TVP on it. Automaton. Yeah. So it was Automaton where Gumiho was way ahead, played like a 25-minute game and ate 400 storms in like the most packed center of his army because he was playing the exact same style that DrunkenBoi is doing. And there were times where he was winning and it was working and it was winning, but it was just, like I said, it's like he was slipping over on soapy tiles or something, man. I was like, it just seems so dangerous, and it seems like everything could go wrong in the blink of an eye. I don't like that style personally, because I don't think I'm good enough to play it. I'd love DrunkenBoi to prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. You know, land your EMPs, avoid the storm. He's trying to click on the prism, and he's actually trying to gun down those High Templar. It takes a few big storms. He's EMP'd the Immortals, so a good choice to disengage here by Disc, who does not have a lot of backup Templar. Meanwhile, these Marines in the main being as annoying as possible. Very nice. I'd like to see a few more cannons peppered around the base, but because it's been so high pressure, he hasn't found a moment to do so. Disc's main army needs to go home. He's like trying to pressure with an army which has not got a lot of splash damage right now. He's got his Colossus tech underway, which is great. I love that one Marine survives that. What do we got? 3-2 on the way here. 3-3 has not started. So we are going to see Protoss take an upgrade advantage in a moment. We're about to see one Colossus on the map. Another two are on the way. Where are those two Robos, by the way? Back of the natural. Those are going to get sniped at some point in this game, aren't they? More Liberators going across the map. I love the increased harassment this time from DrunkenBoi. I feel like this is a different DrunkenBoi. He's putting the pressure on Disc, and he's going to get more mistakes out of him. Already, we see High Templar, though. This area here, trying to storm when they move through the middle. An amazing area. This single Marine. What a Chad. He's like, don't worry, drop me back in. The medevac pilot's like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, I could take him. Gets a probe and distracts the opponent. So yeah, and he did his job. This Liberator being a bit of a pain. Nicely done. Nicely done. Have we got Lib Range? Yeah, Lib Range is here, so it can actually start being a lot more annoying with Siege Liberators on this map. There is a second Stargate building, and no doubt a Fleet Beacon in the near future. But once again, DrunkenBoi is on a mostly Marine Marauder Ghost Army, guys. And I'm hoping for the Terran fans that he has the most godlike control of all time. But I've seen Disc bounce back in these long games, bounce around, storm drop, zealot counterattack, take a 5th, take a 6th, probe up. And whilst he doesn't have the same banker economy as he did in previous games, I feel like it's a matter of DrunkenBoi needs to kind of pick him apart. We need to see more drops, more of these ranged Liberators. Don't stop with the ranged Liberators. Like, already they've gained him so much map control. Look at that. Random drop, gets a Colossus. Not bad. I mean, it's not the greatest trade in the world, but since you lose the drop, but if the army wasn't so close, he would have got it and got out. Random Marines, they're like, yeah, we want to build more Liberators at home. Oh, and they're just waiting. Oh, so if he sees Disc out on the map, they will stim in, and that base is toast, especially if probes transfer there. Notice he went to go in and then pulled them back. Is that a DT? What's that? I don't know what that was, but it killed 2 SCVs, a few Adepts coming in as well. Of course, Adepts not the important unit, especially since he doesn't have glaives. Those Marines tucking themselves away. Very nicely done. Third Stargate and Fleet Beacon on the way. An Oracle building to try and reveal the army and see what's up. Now, there are 7 High Templar on this map, which is important. Adepts are shading in, doing some damage there, trying to force some mistakes out of DrunkenBoi. There's still a Warp Prism guarding some High Templar. I just want to see a few more backup Templar. Oh, those Marines are going to run in for the distraction, but the army is very close by. Is he going to use this to run forward? He is. The Marines are a distraction, guys, and oh no, Disc, he's so worried about the main army, he doesn't deal with them. Oh no, he messed it up, he messed it up, he messed it up. He pulls back, and suddenly DrunkenBoi is allowed to gain position. Meanwhile, those Adepts finally get aggroed into the planetary and mess up. Some big storms do land. The Prism is still alive. One more storm could go down there. It's a big one. A lot of ghosts get very heavily damaged. One does fall, and this could go very bad for DrunkenBoi very quickly. Yeah, he's gonna battle drop, and he battle drops on top of that army, just dives forward, unloads Storm on his opponent's face, and with that, once again, we see Disc here taking the efficiency edge, and even though DrunkenBoi is mining a bit more, I think we're seeing Disc start to gain confidence. His upgrades are outpacing a little bit. No, actually, 3-3 did come in at some point. So it is still upgrade advantage for DrunkenBoi, but that's going to be matched soon by Disc. Stalker's coming forward. Oh, that was... Oh, God, YOLO Jenkins, what are you doing, Disc? That was an absolutely psychotic engagement. I mean, headbutting the front like that, was he distracting? Was he trying to get a run by in? What? Why would you... No, don't do that. He's got no High Templar. He's got no High Templar. They're all on defense duty, and he's still poking in here. Oh, Disc, I get your opponent's army is bruised. You want to try and push the issue, but we need High Templar in this army. And we need to try to chill out just a little bit. We saw Disc in game 1 move an army like this, leave it idle, clumped up on the edge of Terran territory, got EMP'd, got blitzed, and Disc obviously, he basically threw away a gigantic army and had to work so hard to get back in that game. Tempests on the way. They're going to help out. You don't want to go too many Tempests, guys. I really do think like 5 Tempests is enough. I don't think you need more than that. I'm sure there's some players out there who are better than me that disagree with it, but we'll see exactly how Disc approaches the situation. 3 Zealots there, ready to try to get in the back. Still there's no turret ring and no Vikings. Oh, DrunkenBoi, you're on like 5 bases. How do we not have drop defense yet? That's really bad. He's very lucky that his opponent's maxed out. If Disc wasn't maxed out, a 10 Zealot warp-in would destroy his main base right now. Good push for DrunkenBoi though. Oh no, he's been allowed to gain position there. That's a big mistake. That Observer is staying alive for now. Oh, big EMPs on the High Templar. And those were the only ones with the army right now. The other ones are not hotkeyed. He needs to F2 and bring them all here right now. Zealots in the main doing some damage. Disc has to give up this base. But as long as he doesn't lose the army, it's not the end of the world. He's got a 5th up there. He can transfer there in a little bit. This Prism's gone down. A Barracks is going to fall. Yeah, letting DrunkenBoi move through the middle of the map here, I think was a bit of a mistake. We got Liberators still coming into pressure constantly this entire game. That one goes down. Very nice siege up there. Oof. Ooh. Ooh, what are the upgrades on those? +2, +3 is going to be finishing soon on those Liberators as well. Or at least it's just started, so it will be kicking in at some point in this game. Big army coming forward. Where's the Prism? And High Templar. He's just started rebuilding the Prism. He needs that. That is the safety EMP cage. The EMP blocker for those High Templar. A very important unit. Lovely Revelation. Lovely Tempests picking away. I'm just a bit worried that there's enough Vikings to deal with those Tempests and there's no Storm to back this up. Those are both sentries in that army. Those are not High Tempests. High Tempests. High Templar. Oh, can you guys imagine if you could put a High Templar on a Tempest like a Hippogriff Rider, and it just meant your Tempest could cast Psystorm? So you literally tag their army, you aim with your Tempest, and when the Vikings come forward, you storm them from the Tempest. I'm not the only one who thinks that would be a fair unit, right? I feel like Blizzard just hates Protoss. Why wouldn't you put that in the game? Blizzard's so racist, man. So sad. Can't believe it. Why wouldn't they put a High Templar on a Tempest? Zealot's gonna go down the right-hand side, look for a backstab. Like to see some more counterattacks. It's Nuki McNuke time. Nuki McNuke face. Oh my, maybe is it gonna be the same Nuki McNuke face? I think it's one of his fanboys, because I think he's actually gonna nuke himself. We're gonna try and catch that as the nuke falls. And he does nuke himself, barely survives. Bad case of radiation poisoning, unfortunately. Whoa, flanking Templar, flanking Templar. Once again, DrunkenBoi here pushing forward with a very aggressive maneuver. Oh, he catches the Tempests way out front of that army. The Stalker's not really engaging them. And oh no, where are the backup Templar? The Disruptor goes down, the Immortal's trying to do the work. He needs a big Zealot warp-in. The Zealot warp-in not here in time. DrunkenBoi devastates that army with a fantastic engagement. Zealot Stalker, though, could turn it around. You know, sometimes when you run this sort of army down, turns everything upside down. Zealots have killed about 10 supply depots, but DrunkenBoi has so many command centers that he's still not supply blocked. Oh my god, that was a 28 probe! Oh, or at least a lot of probes that went down. About 15 went down. So Nuki McNukeface's fanboy in the top right-hand side of the map does end up taking down a lot of Disc's economy. Disc's backstab doing good damage. Remember, Disc had a good bank, especially a gas bank, so he can make a lot of High Templar. He needs more High Templar, gathering that storm energy. I mean, backup High Templar is a big part of what keeps you alive against this style. Nuki McNukeface drops his 3rd nuke, gets the 17th kill. It is just a cannon. He's going to stand there and look at the beach, look into the waves before, and oh, she actually, I believe that was the girl, right? Was it? I can't tell. I think it was the girl. So she was going to look at the waves and the Archon laser beam to the face or lightning storm to the face. Does end up taking her out, but not before she really damaged Disc's economy in a big way. Disc's kind of working off this bank that was built up earlier in the game. Carriers are on the way. Ooh, I mean, I don't know if you got the money for that, buddy. Where are the storms? Whoa, there's a prism somewhere. There it is. That's the prism. But the Vikings are going for it, guys. The whole way you want to set up this fight is you want to have High Templar spread around, and then you want to figure out if the Vikings go here, your prism comes in there. Vice versa. You want to be on the opposite side of the battle from those Vikings. Likewise, DrunkenBoi wants to find that prism, housing the High Templar, and send the Vikings towards it so he can one-shot it. And at the very least, force it to unload before the fight really starts. He doesn't want that unloading on his units. Ooh, 3 High Templar on the left side go down. Big snipes. Oh, my lord. Juicy Lucy, delicious snipes. Another nuke goes down there, and DrunkenBoi, I mean, after an epic back and forth series, this is like an hour and something series, I think we're gonna see the end of Disc DrunkenBoi. Oh, okay, Disc knows he can't fight into the libs. He's going to use mobility. He's going to try and... Oh, is he going to cut off his retreat? Oh no, oh no, oh no. Ghost getting intercepted by Archons, but this is getting to be an awkward position for everybody involved. Oh, it's all about the High Templar in that prism. It's all about those High Templar. I love the movement. He's kind of forced DrunkenBoi to pull back, and he's opened up some space for himself here. Oh my lord, this is so hard. Oh, Ghost in the open, Ghost in the open. Get him, Disc. Blink on him. Blink on him, you know you want to. Does not end up going for them. Thinks they might be bait. All of this units so wounded. The bio so wounded. The medevacs low on energy. DrunkenBoi, I'd love to see a bit of repair action right now. His gas is starving. He needs more workers on gas. He's built 1 billion orbital commands. He can scan for days. He can mule for days. And he is definitely still dropping nukes all over the place. Oh my god, he's up to 98 workers killed against 18. And this guy here is going to nuke from that high ground as well. Oh man. This is getting really rough for Disc because DrunkenBoi is realizing he's ahead and he just needs to keep cementing that lead. Another nuke goes down. We're on his camera. We're on his camera. He pulls the probes. Okay. Disc pulls the probes. Quick reaction. Oh no! 3 full energy High Templar. Those are the high energy High Templar guys. And remember, I keep talking about how he doesn't have that many backup Templar. I feel like with this style, you really need those backup Templar just peppered all over the place. And that's going to be really rough. This goes the secondary nuke, going to find some damage. You can hear it. You can hear it. Boom! A couple of probes. The Nexus getting very low. And of course, ooh, good storm, good storm. Nice EMP in response. Observer does get shot down almost immediately. We've got more nukes being built here. That High Templar is going to have another storm soon. He's going to run off to the right-hand side. Carriers launching some interceptors. Nicely done. Could come in and drop a big storm on this. Oh, from the high ground, from the high ground, from the right-hand side. Big storm. Big secondary storm. Good job, High Templar. Another storm is available. Doesn't quite manage to land it. And I think if a High Templar could come in from the left as well, but, you know, this is nasty. Those Liberator zones, they represent a big threat, a clear and present danger right now. And I don't know if Disc has the kahunas to load up Navy SEAL teams into Latin America to try to disrupt their operations. I don't know. As clear and present as this danger is, yeah, let's go with the reference. Where's Harrison Ford right now? He might actually be in this Protoss army because they're clearing it. Ah! Oh my god, he actually got all the Vikings. The Liberators are all facing in the wrong direction. The Liberators are all facing the wrong direction. They are not shooting. These Liberator pilots. These pilots are idiots. I don't know what they're doing. What are they doing? Oh man. You're like, seriously, as DrunkenBoi, you're like, I was busy telling other units to fight. Why didn't you guys on siege? You're like, we had orders to face this way. And he's like, while everyone else was getting massacred, the Liberator's like, yes. And he's like, you guys don't think for yourself, try to problem solve on the go, maybe see a massacre happening and decide to change your Liberator siege zones. And they're like, no, we follow orders. We're in the military. And he's like, oh god. Uh-oh. Vikings. Find a nice little angle. 2 carriers go down. A Colossus goes down. Another Colossus goes down. How is this game so close, guys? I can't believe it. This is insane. This series just will not end. It is such close back and forth games right now. He's on the production? Okay, but there's Vikings, Ghosts, and Libs, and that's dangerous. You gotta get rid of those Libs especially. That's a good zoning storm, but if the other High Templar get EMP'd, then you are in a bad position. Disc is just going for it. He's got Zealots in there. He's got a few Colossus shots that are gonna land. Oh my god, the Colossus is still up. The Colossus is still up. This little Protoss army. The little Protoss army that could, guys. Choo, 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 chugging up that hill. He says, you know what? I thought my Terran opponent had me dead. I've been on like 30 probes for the last few minutes, but you know what? This is the little Protoss army that could. I can crash up that Terran hill. Let's go. Stalkers, Carriers, Colossus, Archon, Zealots, craziness, Observers. Oh my god, things are popping. What's DrunkenBoi? What's he gonna do? His army's heading over there. He's giving up his production. He's got 26 orbitals. He doesn't care. He's just gonna rebuild. He says, that's not checkmate. You don't have an economy. I do. I can drop 36 mules at a time. He's like, look at my income. Look at my income, mate. This is that moment where you're punching the dude, but he's so rich, he's laughing while throwing $100 bills at you. And he's like, I don't even care. My bodyguard's going to shoot you. Ha ha ha. When my bodyguard gets back, he's going to shoot you. And you're like, shit. So you get your screwdriver out, you start trying to stab him with it. And he's like, I don't care. I've got money. I'm going to ignore you. Here. Burgle my home. Take up residence. Burn down my house. Guess what? It's only my summer house. Get wrecked. I'm gonna go across the map and ruin your family. I'm gonna find your children of probes and I'm gonna ruin them. I'm a rich Terran and I don't give a truck. I'm pretty sure that's what's going through DrunkenBoi's brain right now, as he is getting closer and closer to finishing the hardest series of his goddamn life. Just putting up an incredible fight here. Nice storm, damages a lot of those High Templar. I love how the High Templar throws an auto attack. Is like, yeah, right before it gets sniped in the face. Realizes it's going to go down. Some nice zoning storms, but not much else at home there for Disc. It's like a pack of charge-lots. I think he's got to recall this army and try to jump on that. If he does that, maybe this can work. We've got a Liberator there. I mean, Orbital's starting to get cleared out as well. This is damage. It's just Marines and Vikings building right now. The army's coming home here. Do you stay here? Or do you go? Will I stay or will I go? I think you go. I think you recall. I think you recall as Disc here. Oh, one High Templar's gone. The other one gets EMP'd. Recall out of here. I don't think this is the right idea. I think we gotta go. I think we gotta go. No storm. Run. Run. Oh, nice. Blink gets all the Vikings. But everything's gone. Now he's just got to run with the Stalkers. Like the Stalkers, he can get them out. Run. Keep the Stalkers alive. No, don't protect the power units. Yeah, run with the Stalkers. Be a D-bag. If he got like 12 Stalkers here, I would have been even happier. But he keeps 4 Stalkers alive. He's got a 26 probe economy. He's got a dream. Yes, he's poor. His opponent's like, oh, I'm going to dip into the trust fund to build 27 barracks and starports on this side of the map. Also, you're poor. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care if you're poor. You can be anything. Because this right here is King's Cove, aka America. How do we know it's America? Because there's dinosaur bones, which the original founders, the Pilgrim Fathers, and the Patriots cleared to make space in this land, as well as there's gold and magic seashells and robots with lasers. And because of that, that's how we know this is the place of freedom. And you know what? Poor people have the right to pursue happiness as well. They can find happiness in this world. Will Smith can say some motivational shit. It can be amazing. Even a Protoss with a 26 probe economy always has a dream. And it's not because he's Protoss, it's because of America's King's Cove, okay? That's a big nuke. It's gonna land. Nukes are also very American. Did you know America invented nukes? America. The commentary at this point is very confused because I'm not sure what's happening. I'm pretty sure DrunkenBoi is winning, but I'm really not sure because Disc is fighting like a goddamn cornered Honeybadger. And it's like, you should be dead because you're fighting like a Minotaur, but somehow the Honeybadger keeps biting the Minotaur. And I'm like, I'm afraid. I'm afraid for the Minotaur. It's like, yeah, you're a well-muscled 300-pound man with the head of a bull, and you eat virgins, and you live in a maze. But you know what? This Honeybadger Protoss could kick your ass, man. The analogies, the metaphors, everything's getting confused, but it doesn't even matter. Because this ghost is like, I'm gonna take out your economy because I hate poor people. Meanwhile, Disc still has a dream. That dream is a WCS spot. WCS Fall Challenges, Season 3, America wants the spot to go play there. It's gonna go have some fun. It's gonna be great. We got Zealots, we got one Stormy Boy. That's all you need. The Stormy Boy's like, come at me, I'm gonna land a storm. And it lands a storm, but also it does deactivate the snipe. We got one big ball, Big ball! Oh no, we got another big ball. That one was a bait. Whoa, it's a big hit. I don't think it's enough though. That's a lot of bio. Run, run Disc. There's too much money. There's too much money for the Terran. Disc. Fighting hard, one last pitched battle effort, desperately trying to get back in this game, but he can't do it. And oh my god, just like that, DrunkenBoi goes through to round 37 of the losers bracket at WCS. He's not qualified. God, I hope he qualifies after that. He's got like, he's got so many matches left, I think. Let's check the bracket. Oh my god, poor Drunken. He's got like 5 matches left. I think, can we just give him the trophy? Can he skip Challenger and just get like Cyril's prize money, please? Can we give it to DrunkenBoi after that series? Like, what? And your reward is you get to play a TVT versus Massa, and then a match versus BioIce, and then if you beat Paddy Mac, then you qualify for Challenger. DrunkenBoi's sitting there, just a spent husk of a man, sweat dripping into a puddle around his feet, the fake leather on his chair peeling off around him, and he's like, no, I'm done. I'm done. I'm fucked. Oh my god. hats off to you, DrunkenBoi and Disc, for giving us such a show. I haven't cast a series that back and forth insane in a long time. There may have been some missed engagements, some throws as some people call them, but there was also a lot of very good play and digging for those throws as well. So I admire both these players. They both would smash any pleb like me on the ladder, any pleb like most of you who are watching. Good fun. Fantastic series. We'll put it on YouTube. You guys in chat can name it. So let me know your names for that series. Something catchy that can describe it. Clickbaity, so people who watch YouTube, simpletons, can click on it. Thanks for watching, guys. I love all of you. Have a good night.